Hello everyone, we're taking a look at Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. This is the spiritual successor to the Castlevania series, and it's the same team that brought you Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I was a huge fan of that game back on the OG PlayStation in the late 90s. So there's no vampires or Dracula, but the concept stays the same. You're invading a giant castle in order to challenge the big bad boss and stop the summoning of the demon armies. Instead, you're going to play as a shardbinder with sweet tattoos who uses crystalline essence of the demons in order to fuel her own powers. One of the mentor characters does give you warning that carrying too many of these shards will lead to corruption. I don't know if there's going to be a gameplay mechanic attached to this, or if it's going to be purely storyline, but we'll find out as we move on. Mechanically, the game does feel a lot like Symphony of the Night, with a number of great add-on features. There's a large variety of weapons to choose from, they all come with their own style. There's even guns with specialty ammo, which can open up some cheese moments over gaps while your MP regens. There's a ton of great characters that have this sweet Castlevania Victorian artistic style that I really love in this series. There's tons of enemies, and it just continually encourages you to find them. It's a collector's dream, or nightmare, depending on how you look at it. It has a blue mage mechanic where all of the enemies, including the bosses, will drop a shard, and this unlocks a unique ability specific to that enemy. Some of these include summoning the demon that just vanquished and help you out. My favorite is the piggy, just chucking it out there. Piggy! Get him, piggy. Come! Some of these abilities can be aimed directionally, which solves the inability to attack up or down. They also drop crafting materials, which can be used to level up the skill, and getting duplicate shards will rank the skill up even further. I'm really hoping that there's not like a rank 10 limit break for each ability, which will change the skill and make it its ultimate version, or there goes my life just farming and collecting all these shards. I like it. You'll find an NPC with color customizations for your outfit. You can find and bring back a ton of collected hairstyles to rock. All the weapon combos are hidden in bookcases that are scattered throughout the castle. You can farm food ingredients, which grant permanent buffs for every unique food that you eat, and you can collect a ton of crafting materials for new weapons and accessories. There's hidden quest givers, there's pets, so this makes exploration super rewarding beyond just finding new loot. The accessories that you pick up do show on your character, including in the cutscenes, but I kind of wish that you could choose a cosmetic item. There's some masks that I've chosen not to wear, just even though they had better stats. I just didn't like it. Can't do it. Can't do it. But the answer is back up. Goes well with mask. So the big question is, how does this old Castlevania formula hold up in the modern Metroidvania scene? Lately I've been playing a lot of good side-scrollers like Dead Cells and Salt and Sanctuary. It's hard to take a step back into the old-school mechanics. Early game, the attacks, they feel really slow, even with the quick dagger weapons, until you get the wind sword, then it just attacks as fast as you can hit the button. It's a bit broken at the time you get it. I have found that there is an animation reset if you attack just before you hit the ground and follow up with a standard attack. I ended up abusing this a lot due to the slow attack speeds. Some of the combos are activated using quarter circles, and again you have to consciously slow down your inputs in order to get them to actually fire. I've abandoned many of the early combos just due to getting hit while frantically trying to mash out my Hadoken and only getting out a regular attack because I rolled my thumb too fast, and you just end up dancing in front of you. There is a backstep ability, but there's no invulnerability frames, which changes everything. I didn't realize how much the dodge roll had changed how I played games. Without your get out of jail free card, and with the slower attack speed, your choices actually become a lot more tactical. Every enemy or boss becomes more of a puzzle to figure out than it is just a pure test of your reflexes. In other words, all that time over the years that you spent getting good by timing those last second dodge rolls goes right out the window. You have to take a step back in time to get your hands used to the pace of the attacks and the mechanics, However, the most devastating attacks that are coming at you by any enemy or any boss will have a big tell for you to learn so that you can get out of the way appropriately. On death, you essentially auto-reload your old save, losing everything that you've done since, meaning reacquiring materials, quests, and reliving conversations. For final thoughts, I love this game. It took some getting used to the old mechanics again, getting my hands used to the slower inputs, the attack speed, but I love the art style. I also really like how this game does not go overboard on the backstory, leaving lots to the imagination. You'll be introduced to new characters, it'll establish that there's a bit of history there, and then you'll just kind of move on. And I'm not a prequel fan, I like world building to be done sort of moving forward instead of backwards, and I really like the storytelling so far. There's tons to do aside from just slashing your way to your next mobility skill in order to get to the next stage. And there's 13 free DLCs already planned for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which will continue to give more legs to an already deep game. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more from Amnesty Gaming. Pop into our Twitter feed for content development updates and new release info, and I'll see you next time.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
What?
There!